So you involved in some state level shit?
No, I just went out.
Yeah.
I just went out. All cut ties, everything. Not against certain people, you know?
I'm just recording you for my show and shit.
No, I got you.
So
I just went out.
Who's your sensei?
Mine
Yeah, you
was
got
my
sensei?
Buddha brother.
Okay. Is it like Cobra Kai or Miyagi-Do?
Miyagi-Do plus Franchire. A lot of them move with me because they don't understand who would do that to a child.
What happened like with the original Edomites that settled here?
Edomites turned into stick 'em in me.
Some stick 'em in me's.
Yeah, now I hear a lot of people hear about this, but they've never seen somebody Vancouver so much in their lives.
That British Columbia.
Yeah, some Thai lies there.
That's some Degrassi High Drake shit for real.
Yes.
What's your
And it's
name though? What you go by?
Nicole DeWire. Because I stepped away. I left the mafia. I left all of them alone.
Yeah. You was fucking with Hoffa and them, and Capos and the bosses.
I don't know who I was fucking with, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even drugfulness. I wasn't even high. That's the sad part. That's when I said I'm walking away.
It was some drugfulness involved in that bullshit.
Something more than what I understand.
Yeah. So who you out here working for? What you representing right now?
Just solo dolo by myself.
Yeah.
On my own self means profit. Propaganda, nothing.
Yeah.
You know? It's sad when you think of your life as like a leisure net for them to dictate.
Yeah. You know where we at right now? Where we at?
Yeah, I do. Over with Nelson.
For sure.
Yeah.
What you feel about like Armageddon and dope and shit?
I'm not even into it like that. Like for me, it's to stay warm.
Yeah, that's the main thing, huh?
Yeah. And it's sad that I can't even get nobody in whereabouts because whoever she was messing with, she's on the run from. Okay. I have invoices that say she's on the run and she has transpired so many people's accounts with your name, you're not safe.
So what is it, like clerical propaganda or what?
It's everything.
Yeah.
It has never been all 7 mandates in one. And I can't believe people keep blaming drug use.
So it's a lot of red tape.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And the fact somebody cared that left it behind means the most to me.
So who got the knife in the Americans' back?
Apparently everyone did.
So they've been in bed with all their
Some
enemies.
of them really needed, though.
Yeah.
To pay their bills or feed their kids.
Yeah.
But a lot of them didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of them were just getting high off funds that weren't theirs and lying to people worldwide.
So shout out to the trailer parks, right? Shout out to the trailer parks.
Shout out to the white trash.
For sure. Well, what about the conservative liberal motherfuckers?
No quiet here, Smiths.
You feel me?
Yeah, and I get that. I so get that because I don't want to do this.
Hell no.
But so many people have me trapped in a game that I didn't even know was a liberal law.
Yeah.
For a liberalist, yes, that's what it is. It's just liberal mandates. If you make it sound good enough and you have enough friends, I guess you can
wiggle your way in.
Yeah, and then soup out.
What's your favorite memory about the hood?
I miss people.
For sure.
A lot less family than people.
What's your favorite memory about the suburbs?
Don't remember it. Never made it out.
What's your favorite holiday memory, like around this time when it's cold and shit?
Halloween.
Halloween?
Yes.
Yeah. Popping up on shit.
Yeah. It's hard to think people commemorate some child or any child in the vacancy lot as an Insight Abdul of a meal. You know?
Yeah.
That's a hard cipher to function.
What side of town got the best drugs that you've ever had?
A lot. There's a lot out here. But there's a lot all over Ohio, too.
So Ohio's in denial, basically, right?
Yes.
We got the top count of
this
individuals.
The people out here are a lot less fortunate but they make more with homecoming games and stuff.
Yeah.
I looked into that, and I saw what they make as art stipulators and stuff. I thought that was a coming for me, and it ended up being a going.
So who's the mass manipulator?
Nobody. These are just laws and junctural statuses, status quos that reach people like me, or like some person that don't understand how it's legal, but it is legal.
Yeah.
It's 100% legal.
So it's been indoctrinated in your eyes.
Yes.
It's a doctrine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to... It's like, are you going to sit there and cry about it?
Hell no.
Or are you just going to be like, well, yeah, that was me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just going to try to laugh it through and overfold it. That's something I got by a long time ago, but I don't necessarily want that person dictating over me.
No doubt. It's all about standing on your own at some point.
Right, and if somebody doesn't look into it now, nobody will.
How old are you?
25.
25, no doubt. Very educated.
Yes.
No doubt. It's like,
try to be.
No doubt.
It's a quaint way to stay.
It's all about survival, right?
It is. But it shouldn't have been that way with people from a church-going era.
So what was it?
Or
Protestant?
a Smith and Weston era, Smithsonian level.
So
These are people that aren't stupid.
So the church traded in being church people for Smith and Wessons?
A lot of them are Smithsonians. By Meghan Markle's law. So they could have went to industrial size movements. Instead they chose paganalites. Paganalites. That law changed it.
Wow. So Meghan Markle being like...
That made kids propaganda.
Okay.
To the mob, the mafia, the cartels.
Yeah.
And it's not because they want to. It's because they feel like that's their only out.
On some upper echelon shit.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. So how do you feel about
I see it the same way you explained it. It's a propaganda deal.
How do you feel about the elitists?
I don't know, because I don't know who they are.
But
I know the people I know that had substantial stints within the church that stayed never got their homecoming.
Will they ever?
And I feel like that's unlawful on everything of Terrigan's law.
No doubt, no doubt.
I'm just fighting for people that are like me, that want it out of the game. They know it was wrong. They're not agreeing to the fact that it wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
But with propaganda laws, they cannot do nothing else.
Now, are you from Columbus, Ohio, naturally? Where are you from?
No, I just stayed there, Calumet.
Is that in Ohio?
No, Chicago.
Calumet, okay.
South side, it's considered a suburb. That's what's confusing.
Yeah. And what made you come here?
I don't know my old family that was involved in the pagan and light laws.
Yeah.
And Temptious Reed, I read that.
Yeah.
You don't read stuff like that in civil America. You read it in a lot of Machiavelli's chapters about coordinates of law seeking.
So what you it's all like law and order, or
criminal and intent. Did you mean to do it? No. So it's like she's claiming the same thing that I would be almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's from a temptious way. I'm like, I get it, but at the time, I can't see that happening to someone you love.
So you on some habeas corpus shit?
At this point, yes. I'm going to prove without a doubt that that was not right.
Okay.
And that was not going to make a child function right after. To make a bunch of friends.
No doubt. This is what I like. I like the truth.
Yeah.
I like to hear the truth.
And I don't take it personal.
No doubt.
I guess that's the best part with me, is my bus bar laws say, okay, you can do that, but you're going to pay some point.
Yeah.
If the person can pay into it, like I had to tack it, because early on I knew I was just a tack it on the brinket.
Yeah.
That was not wanted. I had a hard time listening. I didn't have my medication. That's why I'm claiming the Revolts law.
What mental illness? What mental illness do you suffer from? What do you suffer from?
Agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia.
I'm agoraphobic.
Okay, now what is
like
that?
A lot of people. Crowds make me run out.
Okay.
Crowds of people that are loud and stimulant.
Okay.
They don't have to be fighting, but most of the time they were growing up, so.
Yeah. So how'd you get over that, or have you ever?
I try to change.
No doubt. What's some type of foods you like to eat?
I like anything barbecue.
Barbecue?
Yeah. Wow. Pork.
Barbecue pulled pork?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Rallies.
Yeah. How do you feel about, like, religion and this pandemic we're in?
I think it's a sad truth to the whereabouts of the youth.
No doubt. Sad truth. What explain that a little bit?
A lot of them get lost in the spectrum that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because they don't get involved with family issues. And they don't tamper to every illness they have.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Would I say I'm mentally ill? No. I would say I'm life-struck by these coordinates.
Yeah.
And the people that manifested them, I don't hate. But I don't require to attempt to functionate with them either.
So is there a hierarchy to, that you answer to?
There was. But in Temptious courts, if you could get enough people to have doubt beyond reason that you're not adequate enough to go ahead of them and cipher out what's above them, then you're oblique. And I think it's just a fact of people hating the fact that I did really good at one point, and I gave up and laid off and forgot about it and then came back recently.
No doubt. So,
but to me, that's a false gate.
Do you think the results of the
notoriety?
Do you think the results of the election will help us or hurt us?
It's hurting us.
Wow, it's powerful. What way?
There's only one way up for me, regardless. That's why I'm gonna coin soft on that.
Yeah.
Scepterive it.
No doubt. All right, well, I appreciate your time and talking to you.
Appreciate it.
So you said if you make it through Armageddon, you are your own God?
I believe that.
That's dope.
I truly believe that.
Yeah. So how do you get through that point? What's the code? What's the plan?
Plan is just to brink off what you can and what you can't take as something bad, take as something good-willed.
Yeah.
From another aspect.
No doubt. Would you describe yourself as like a mercenary or a reporter or a visionary? What?
I just like to think of myself as a commercial person seeking salvation.
No doubt. There's some money you made?
Yeah.
No doubt.
I should convert something up.
So it's
I'd rather have something than nothing.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
And
well, what happens when we go to a cashless society?
And that's the real Armageddon. That's the Great Depression. You know, like, that's the real one.
When we hit that cashless society, we are screwed. For everybody who put their trust and hope in the mighty dollar, you know. You might have to get it off the approach. You know, you might have to get it off the conversation. The bartering system, you know what I mean? Because when the cash fell and the cash ain't around, how you gonna make things shake? You know?
Yeah. But if you're unapproachable, you're uninhibitable, which means they can't touch you.
Either way it goes.
Yeah.
So you're talking about being a sovereign citizen?
Yes.
What?
I don't like the souvenir site.
So what?
Because that's what landed Trump in Pence's regimen.
Shh. How did Trump? What was Pence's regimen?
Probably too hard on people. I'd like to think of Pence as like someone like me.
Yeah.
Someone that was in Locksbourne Court.
Yeah.
While they saw Courtright judges. Okay. That's all it takes.
Yeah. So you making it like, so you saying Pence's policies ran the Trump administration?
By the limited asking for a ride.
Yeah. So you saying Mike Pence's regimen led to ran Trump's administration? That's crazy. That's pretty absurd.
Yeah, not knowing that people set people up in Courtright. Yeah. Docketees. You would have never known this man was. I hate to speak on his personnel, but these are people that were respected.
Yeah.
That are now demolished.
Forever.
And delinquent.
Forever.
Forever, right. That don't leave.
Cut off.
That's why I'm like, I'll smile through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told my own people before I did it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I have kids.
You took a stand.
Not a stand. I took a Welch's standing ovite.
How do you feel about police brutality and police killings of black men? Is that part of the machine, or what is this?
I think that's a machinery made for a Smithsonian level partnership. I do. I do. There's a lot of history there. There's even the Jewish men in the council will agree there's a lot of history there.
Wow.
And I was just somebody that knew it didn't have much.
Yeah.
I had a cassette.
Yeah.
And a paper. That was it. And a diary.
So do you say that would lead to like a depression amongst the people?
That will lead to the biggest Great Depression in leagues have seen yet to date. That's why a lot of the people from Smith & Wesson's family in the Renaissance era was needed.
Okay, this is what I
want
to
ask you. Believe it or not, a Renaissance era cipher will lead you to Armageddon quicker and Cyphex out the bad people.
What would you say
the thought behind a Sicilian's gold rush? I was thinking more like that. They're thinking get rich, die trying, and then get out.
On some 50 shit.
Yeah. So but I could see it both ways. The docketeer was when vouched for either at one point. I was looking for the trial.
So how does the Supreme Court weigh in on this?
They can't. Until you get new people in there, like Pence or someone who might sound terrible to his wife. But bygone be, bygone see is what I grew up on.
Yeah.
So, like, it might sound one way and it's not.
No doubt. No doubt.
And if you make it sound nice enough and you sleep with enough people, that's how people come up in real estate, believe it or not.
You dropping some jewelry.
Because I don't know how that real estate agent knew.
You dropping some jewelry right now.
And my mama didn't make it there.
So you saying if the real estate agent sleeps around, if I can prove
beyond a reasonable doubt,
they're going to get the deal, the major deal.
If I can prove right now that beyond a reasonable doubt that you and me had somebody out there wanting us dead because our business was thriving at one point. Believe it or not, this is a business.
Not hard
That's
to
how
believe.
I saw it. I asked one lady, I said, so it's not racketeering for me to talk crap to Pence's people, and she said it is because he's a politician, but it isn't because you know me.
Yeah.
One conversation sparked. That was it.
So
but the lady was so intelligent that she's such a credible person when she tells you her story.
Yeah.
It will stop. It will make you stop, think, and rewrite yours.
Real documented.
Right, like my stuff wasn't that bad.
So if anybody, like if somebody wanted to know what you thought could be a lottery number, like a pick 3 or a pick 4 combination, what would you say? What would the numbers be? Just off the head.
2611.
2611. Wow. That's crucial. Does it have any meaning to you?
The numbers she picked.
Yeah.
Those were her grandsons.
So you kind of feel the vibe of people who lived before?
Mm-hmm. I'm an old soul.
No doubt.
So we like to think a lot of Smithsonians are reincarnated into bishops, Reedies, indwells, and Welches.
Bishop Reedies.
In Sicilia, a lockmaster is like the highest trait.
Okay. That could flow through the blood.
So, yes, so you think the bloodline starts with an ambushy, which would have been a Mexican starved to death.
An ambushy, okay.
By a Smithsonian leveled guy.
Okay.
That was the idea back in those years of what would have made mandate circumference or mass. And if it made one or the other, you were okay.
Now does E equal MC squared to you?
No. It equals square root of subdivision 2. And it could go negative, numeral, or ejection.
You the coldest right now. You genius level. You genius level.
I'm just wide thought.
You got some real Wi-Fi running through you right now.
Yeah.
For real. You got some serious
I think it's right, because I'm going to think that people think more about the commercial brand than the native real estate behind
But they really ain't thinking about shit.
No, when you buy in a sector, you're not told, hey, if you turn out to be racist and you follow under this mandate or law and you sound this way, critically acclaimed, you're sounding this way.
Wow.
You know, you call your wife a B. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
No doubt.
When you're a kid that's ambitious and you go out there and you make these bets, you think you're going to win because you thought your whole family was in it to win it regardless.
Yeah.
And the people that are not able to see are the ones that I gave it to that I knew wouldn't want to dapper with it because they know we've all had a hard life. But these ones specifically were people that I seen every day and I knew.
Yeah.
The ones that really bought into them were the brochures of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I originally thought of the plan to Cyfex local discharge for baggage out.
Okay.
And I think I bought a lot that pertained to a lot of
history. So you mean drop
history.
shipping? You talking about drop shipping?
Yes.
Okay.
Believe it or not, people make money, and I hate to say it like that, but people make money off Busbard. Okay? Busbard is a local carrier that buys the people as cargo. So, like how much they weigh.
Okay.
You pay per pint of blood.
So you're talking about modern day slavery?
Yes.
Modern day slavery. Now, how do you feel about black Hebrew Israelites? What do you think about those people? Nothing? How do you feel about it?
I feel like it's outdated. I feel like if you suffer enough, coinsing, you can suffer enough mandating to survive the survival of the fittest.
Absolutely.
That's what I know Armageddon through.
Yeah.
Nothing good.
Yeah.
Nothing great, but something spectacular if you wait and are thankful.
Absolutely.
And to me, thankful is not expecting the notion of.
When was your last family reunion?
Long time ago.
Like when?
Like bad, long time ago.
What? Like when?
I don't know. It wasn't all bad.
Yeah.
It was Cyfexed bad from people that were abroad for years. You know?
Yeah.
Like you get a bunch of people that cram in that space and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And this sounds nuts to people. Well, why would she do that? Well, something was working there.
Yeah.
We tried every other route, and all they did was dictate us out of our Wellbutrin funds. To some immigrants, those Wellbutrin funds were everything we were established on.
Yeah.
And then we seen the racketeering go up. And these people that wanted in the game, well, okay, if you're personable and you want in and you don't take stuff personal, show your history.
Yeah.
With this. None of them had regimen sheets. because a lot of them got lost at sea.
And
a lot of people were scared to come out as immigrants.
So they got seduced by the mermaids.
So I don't think these creatures were non-existent. I think these creatures teleport them to a better place.
Okay.
After their existence. And Wellbutrin is paid. That's the theory with a Catholic or a Baptist. You must pay into this.
Yeah.
Scepter. And once we show you why we think so, it will make sense.
So, do I show you with violence or do I show you with love?
No. Sometimes it is violence. Sometimes you have to thrash people and you don't want to.
Yeah.
But if it shows that your lifespan is better from knowing, hey, this could happen if you fuck so-and-so over. Or screw, boom, 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 boom. These 4 people meant the world and you didn't even know.
Yeah.
And they planned the end of the world because they were doomsday preppers and they wanted to be prepared. It's like a shadow wing of coverage that you have to buy if you own things like this and people come up missing.
Absolutely.
Because you're forced to pay their Wellbutrin.
So Wellbutrin, is that like oatmeal? Is that like it makes me think about like being lactose intolerant or some type of fiber, benefiber or some shit.
No, you could lie your way into Wellbutrin court. That's what's tricky. I'm trying to get that mandate changed. Junctured. As something we know otherwise likely did not work.
Okay.
And it sounds like a lot of big names are being taken out of, but the more names you take out of, the more pop up on the docket.
So where do you get your authority
for Ash
from?
Wednesday.
Where do you get your authority from to create mandates and to get things on the docket?
The continental policies I took out when I started it. Okay. Finding out you can talk to so-and-so and be cordial and not like them. Yeah. And get them kind of far up there.
So were you born into this or you?
Kind of. I heard my grandparents make bets. But offers more.
Yeah.
Fulsome offers. Let's be clear. A Vandate is not a Vanquish. And a lot is not a Supremacist League.
Yeah. And eviction is not getting your shit thrown out. Or is it?
Right. And not just that. Take it as an eternal lesson within oneself.
Yeah. That
people have to do this. Because you curse them.
Yeah.
Out of their money. Or out of their league. Some people take this serious. A lot of people take this serious.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to be racist. Just the way certain people had made fun of things that I wore or, like my Looper shoes. I didn't understand at the time that there was a cointh law on those type of shoes for stereotypical to have kids that were really prejudiced. Yeah. And I find that extremely bus-barred. I found it out of league. I find it more like a Hamptonite law. Where you're like, you have to make so much money to sleep at a Hampton.
Yeah.
It's not a Virgil. It's a registrative law of coordinates.
Okay.
And these people, they don't have much going for them anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if that person that is going to take over, whoever it may be, with someone, says, listen, this is what I could do for you. If you help with this. Yeah. Because somebody has to be wanting to give into it. And there's not many people that bought into it as much as I did.
Did you spend good money on the stimulus, from the stimulus? Did you benefit from that? The stimulus payment?
The stimulus wasn't written right. I know who wrote it, too. And I know the theory behind it, but the regimen was way off. We know it was time balanced, and we know it was pre-clamped by prejudiced nation groups.
Yeah.
So they're probably all just hiding, freaked out.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time. And, do you have a Twitter or anywhere anybody can contact you if they want to have a League of Nations with you? Or you just prefer to remain
I'll remain optimistic.
At the same time. At the same time. Thank you for your wisdom.
Yeah.